Oh, potentially Aurelion Soul coming out. You know, definitely a pick that doesn't have as much early pressure.
Ooh.
When the Jace coming, you know, I think Jace has a good amount of value here because it's not a very long-range composition from Gen G.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see if it works out this time for Gen G or if it's a 2-0. Let's hop on the Rift for game 2.
You have to be a bit careful. This is one thing we've seen from the Aurelion Soul. Even though kind of level 3, most champions start to pick up momentum against him.
Yeah, well, at least, you know, I was mentioning maybe Viper could go for the Ghost, but wanted to go for the safe option for the lane. Wanted to get through it as just dashing forward is Chovy. Yeah, this is Aatrox Sejuani, and okay, the dash is going to go very wide. Feels like Jonas Strong is definitely expecting it. Here's the return gank in the top side. No flash this time around for Doran.
Zeka's coming over. Will he be here in time?
Shock Blast is going to miss, and you know what? They just give it up after seeing the wall coming over that ward that they had in the jungle. I was alive, and now I am not anymore. Delight is just next to the Sejuani, and he's on the run. The Canyon is not going. Okay, there he is. He's going to get the flash here out of Delight, as now it all comes down on Zeka, who will have to flash away himself. That's 3 flashes consecutively in favor of Gen G in this early game. Peanut is going to smite away a second Void Buff and might have to flash himself. Kind of an awkward spot here, 3v2 in favor of Gen G, as Doran's just going to go in, but he has to flash away now. He takes a massive amount from the Aatrox. And now Peanut's going to flash out of here.
Full set, you know? Every single member of Honor Life Esports flashing in like the past 2 minutes.
And you even have a timer on the first one, which was Viper, and you can say, okay, well, when he gets his back, everybody's about to have them back. So
whoever's typing the timers in chat has got their work cut out for them.
Yeah, absolutely does. Viper, very awkward spot here as the tidal wave is going to miss, but all the other CC is going to hit as Viper dodging so much he gets to the Lulu, who will put that wild growth in and save his life. But again,
and I feel like when one team has an Aurelion Soul and they're the ones who are kind of controlling the game, that's not a great feeling, not a great position to be in.
We got a lot of members here on the bottom side of the map, and Zeka's going to get bubbled and eat a culling to the face. Here's Canyon. Peanut standing right next to Zeka will save him.
That's it.
Vibe.
Yeah, just vibe. There's not much you can do in response to that. But yeah, it's definitely been a slow one here. Herald being picked up by Gen G on the top side, and they could just look to make use of this mid and pick up the mid lane tier 1 pretty early on. I don't think they're going to use it right now, but definitely potential for that to come through.
Meanwhile, Peanut has made his presence felt on the bottom side of the map, which means they know he's not here.
The heralding top, which I don't really agree with. Yeah, I feel like mid tier 1 is just so much more impactful.
Yeah. As Doran now might have to flash away from this one, as he will just go in and then flash away. As a bunch of TPs coming on in now. Big ult is going to come out from the Aurelion Soul, but still not a really engaged Zeka all alone here. As the wild growth comes out and he saves his life, does Delight. And everybody on the side of Honor Life Esports will get away, as we're about to break the record for 2024 Spring latest First Blood.
They aren't unfazed. Zeka is looking, I think, for a wall angle here, though.
Yeah. It is a pretty nice wall angle, as the tidal wave is going to come in. There's the wall as well. Knock up here on the Lahens, who has to flash over that wall. And once again, just waiting to see who's going to get the flip on this Drake. As Canyon in position as well, but it is going to go the way of Canyon. Peanut in a bit of trouble now. Has to use the Crescent Guard, and Keen is isolated. They take him out. First blood at 19 minutes. And can't dash over those rocks, but they are setting up here. Chovy over the wall. Here he comes, but now a double bubble comes in from Lahens. Getting pretty far forward, though, and now Viper is just going to isolate Chovy and immediately punish him for that aggressive play.
Yeah. Diminishing the impact of that CC, so it isn't super easy for them as well into the Talia trying to engage.
Viper's going to dash into them, and yes, he cleanses, but I think he's just dead. Yeah, that was kind of confusing, as now Peanut has to flash the wall once again. They are really getting value out of that summoner spell, I guess.
Yeah.
Just get lucky. That's the way it's got to be.
Though.
And
we are keeping Keen pushing the side lane as long as possible. So trying to make use of that pressure, but Honor Life Esports like, no, we're taking the dragon. I mean, Gen G could just kind of let them have it. They maybe try to steal Canyon, but don't fight.
Yeah. I mean, they have control of this brush here with the Ocean Rift, right? They're going to throw out an ult as well, just kind of half-heartedly. It doesn't do anything. Peanut still in the pit, waiting for this one, and the engagement Heads just disappears in that back line. It's now over the wall. Here comes Viper. Can't really lock down a target, even gets moved back by the wall, but they're still on the chase. They should be able to get Canyon. They also picked up that Drake, of course. As Canyon, you're not going anywhere. He will go down, and they should give this kill over to Viper, which they do. That's 2 kills over to the side of HLE Esports. You get something going on a Viper, maybe. Nope. Not really going to do anything.
Genji have this tendency, sort of when it gets to this point in the game, we saw it last game, to try and find a group up and just secure this mid-tier 1.
Well, they're going to get the Crescent Guard out. That wall is pretty nice, but nobody's really there to benefit from it as they save the turret. They got that going, and now Jovi's just going to lose the majority of his health.
And the thing is, we talked about like the difficulties engaging for both sides.
Now there's rocks on the ground. They're just being poked over the wall. Pays dashes over the rocks, immediately dies. You can't afford to make the mistake. But now Viper, he's going to do it as well himself. But still going to go the way of HLE Esports here. Is Jovi on the fly. He is going to get out, but HLE Esports to be pretty happy with the way these fights are going.
They've got to be a bit careful here.
He's got the light at least, and you know what? He's going to poke out Lehens and Canyon at the same time.
I think it's kind of crazy when you see how little damage Zeka did there to Lehens, and then a shock blast.
Oh, it's a kill! It's a dead Nami! And it's right at the last moment of his recall.
Yeah, like Zeka's hitting Lehens, and Doran's like, no, I'll show you damage.
Oh, they see him too.
Debut year, oh, just in the vision. Actually, you know what I think it is? It's a Horizon focus from Talia.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely.
Gives the vision on a target when you proc it.
Definitely a bit of a situation.
Definitely some... Oh, Canyon's trying to look for vision here.
Yeah, they just didn't have any vision on the Baron. Somebody has to face check it, and it was Canyon this time. Thankfully, for his sake, he doesn't go down, but now you don't have flashes, you don't have summoners, and you still don't have vision. And somebody has to find this, and the damage from the Jace is still incredible as the wall comes in. Zeka gonna be interrupted. He doesn't have his flash, but he stays alive with the help of his support. But now the Aatrox turns it around. Keen frontlining, and now you can't really get away from this dragon as Doran will go down, and Genji gonna ace them on the Baron. Hayes this time, he's doing an incredible amount of damage. Zeka gonna have that Seraph's popped here. HLE Esports, they do have better wave clear with this comp, of course, compared to game 1.
The sustain from Nami is coming in. There's a redemption as well. Even if you hit a shock blast, like you have to hit multiple to get value.
Yeah, and
like look how much less damage it's suddenly doing now.
Now the Lucian's doing more, but now the play on a Keen, they're gonna force the flash here. Doran really trying to alley-oop that one. You're not playing Gragas, buddy, but
yeah, going for the J-Sec there.
You are gonna trade flashes, I guess.
You can actually get so much value from this item. Cutting down and all that protection that HLE Esports has.
Yeah, you definitely can. And he's... Okay, they're going to throw out an ult here, Viper. And he's going to have to dash away. Delight nearly loses his life, just flashes over the wall. It's now Keen with his World Ender trying to get something going here on the Zeka. As Peanut going to be frozen up. And HLE Esports are just on the run, but it's so difficult to run away from the Aurelion Soul as Peanut. He's going to get knocked up. The Crescent Guard will not save him forever. And this is exactly the team fight that Genji were looking for. They get that frontliner, and they're looking for more of the base with the Aurelion Soul as well. They're going to get vision. They don't have smite. Will they take the fight? I think they kind of just have to send it. As Zeka, he took that literally. He's going to send himself into that backline and is going to survive. They got the Baron, and they got out as Peanut in a very awkward spot here. He does have the Crescent Guard, so he will survive. But look at this, Viper is just going to go down. He immediately gets melted. And that's 2 kills that will go the way of Genji. Doran, desperation as he jumps into the 2 of them. And it's just not going to matter. Genji looking to potentially put the cap on this one.
And HLE Esports got to be thinking back to that Baron play where they really ended up fumbling their advantage. It has cost them dearly, and now Genji should just be able to end. HLE Esports and try and make a desperation play, but I don't think they have a good chance.
Yep, definitely a desperation play. Genji looks like they have done it. No knock-up here on Jovi. And yeah, they're just trying their best, but this Nexus will go down. as we are all tied up 1-1. We have a series on our hands. Victory or anything like that. You see Doran did do an insane amount of damage as well, but most of that was in the mid game. And eventually, at 40 minutes, Gen G put an end to it. So